It was episode number 6 where the chairman had lost faith in me after a run of several defeats in a row, including a humiliating Capital One Cup final defeat to Championship side Bolton Wanderers. I begged Hugh Jenkins for one more chance, and he in turn gave me one more game to save my job. Lose or draw, and I'd surely end up getting the sack, but if I could pull off this seemingly impossible and end our loss streak with a win over Manchester United, I'd buy myself more time in charge of Swansea. After an unlikely victory, I managed to keep my job, and despite what seemed to be inevitable at the time, I've avoided a sack altogether and I'm still in charge today. What's happened since then has been incredible. Season after season of progression has seen big household names being signed to Swansea and silverware being delivered as well. 2 FA Cups, 3 successive Premier League titles, throw in 2 Community Shields and a Capital One Cup as well. What more could I have possibly done with the Welsh club? The board can never expected me to deliver all this after such a catastrophic first season, but instead we sit here this morning with the chance of winning the one trophy that's eluded me, the Champions League. The whole series has built up to this one moment here. We take on Atletico Madrid in our first ever Champions League final, where come the end of the game, one of these sides will be celebrating winning the trophy for the first time. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 73, and it's time for the Champions League final. So this whole series has built up to this one moment right here, but before we play the game, I will show you what's been going on off camera, because that's what I do every single episode. We played one game after the double against PSG saw in the last episode. We took on United for the final Premier League game of the season. Obviously, we were already crowned champions at that point. We lost the game by 4-2 though. A bizarre game. I rested the entire side, and we took the lead twice in this game, despite United taking like 50 shots in the game. I'm only exaggerating slightly as well, but they did win the game by 4-2 and deservedly so. You may be wondering about this fixture, just real briefly as well. The reason I played this, it was a Swansea under-18s friendly against our first team. The reason I played this is because against United, I didn't realise there was such a big gap between the United game and the Atletico Madrid game, and I realised that because of that, some of my players might start to lose some match sharpness. So I thought last Saturday, a week ago, I better organise a friendly real quickly, just to make sure that my usual first 11 can be fit for the final, because they would have been fine, don't get me wrong, condition wise, but I wanted their match sharpness to be up there as well. So just a friendly there. We won 8-1, not really important about the scoreline, but again, it was my stupid error. I rested the entire team for that and realised that they wouldn't have played a single game for almost a month, so it was pretty important. I did schedule a friendly just before the game to make sure everyone's fit. So as we go into the game then, this is it. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I did that brief introduction for you there. I say brief introduction for you there, but I really don't know what to say. It's the Champions League final, and the whole series has built up to this one moment here. And I know you're probably sitting there thinking, shouldn't you be used to this by now? You know, a lot of your series do end with you playing in the Champions League final, but a lot of clubs you have. Well, that's true, but that's FIFA. I have direct control over my players. I feel as though I'm pretty comfortable playing that game, and I feel quite good at it, if I don't mean to boast. FM's a different story. I have no control over the players. I can just influence the game tactically, and let's be honest here, considering some of the stuff I've done in this series, tactically speaking, I mean, I'm not really fancying my chances at all. But either way, we do take on Atletico. One of these sides will win the trophy for the first time in their history come the end of the game. And God, I really hope it's going to be us. So here we go then, the final episode and the final game of the season, and it is against Atletico Madrid. So I don't really know what to do for the game. I was thinking about going to a control style of play and trying to lower the tempo as well, but then I thought, do you know what? What's given me more success over the past couple of years has been playing this 4-4-2 and keeping these tactics as they are right now and staying on attacking. I switched to attacking at the start of this season, midway through the season, and since then we've been such a better side because we've really been going at teams and trying to score goals at will. So fortune favours the brave, that's my philosophy, and hopefully we'll get the win by going with that style of play. So this is the team for the game. Leno's in goal, back for a George, Fabiano, Marlon and Karaman in midfield, Brandt on the left, Bentancur on the right, and in the middle Sam Redmond and Pep. Up top together we have Gianluca Esposito, the Italian stallion who lives for the finals. You guys know that. He's got an incredible record in finals of scoring goals. So this is the big stage for the Italian stallion, and he's up top together with Chewy today, who has just been fantastic all year long, and particularly in Europe as well. On the bench, Pickford, Gomez, Chambers, Sigurdsson, Sisto, Morris and Barbosa. You may be wondering, Tran obviously ineligible of course, Albert unregistered too. But you may be wondering, where's Karim Rakik? Why is he not on the bench? Well, as I was advancing to the game, sadly he picked up a knock. I could put him in the team and on the bench, but I think I'd rather have the fit Gomez and Chambers as opposed to putting Rakik on there when he's only 77% for conditioning. So this is it then. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I'm so nervous. I really am. You know, I genuinely this is one of the most nervous I've ever been for an end of a series game, if you will, because I don't know how to feel. And I mean, when when the pre-match analysis says that you can't choose between the sides and it may well take a shootout to separate them, I feel like I'm due for a heart attack at some point during this game. But I'm excited, and I hope you guys are as well. As we get into the game, I will be saying as we come towards the end of the episode, win or lose, thank you for the support in the series. I appreciate it so much. It's been so fun and it's been so enjoyable for me, and it's just been a great series. This has been one of my favourite FM saves ever, and not just on YouTube, I mean altogether. So you see Atletico side right here, what it's like right now. They've just got some great players in there, and you can see why they've won La Liga this season. They've got some really awesome players, and I want to take a look at this guy in particular. Oh, he looks very tasty indeed as a DM. Looks very good indeed, rapid as well. Okay, fair enough, but I love looking at the new gens and regions and the big sides as the years go by. But anyway, this is a Atletico side, a very good one. But do you know what? I have faith in my team and I have confidence. So as you set the game up then, I'm going to passionately tell my boys, this is just, what do I say? Champions League final, and I've got stage fright. I don't know what to say. Go and have some fun tonight. Probably not the right thing to say. Assertively usually works well for my determined squad, but I'm going to passionately say, you deserve to win the trophy, and I expect you to win it as well. Come on, who's that? George? Well, you know, George is alright. We get on well, me and George. He knows what he's, he likes me. There we go. That's more like it. Let's get the boys motivated and happy. And as we come into the game, I'm also going to quickly just pause the game before we start, go into extended for the highlights as well, and give you a good game. So this is it then. It's the Champions League final. It's Swansea versus Atletico. I am so nervous, but here we go. Come on, the boys. Let's win the Champions League. First highlights to Atletico. Not a good start. Koke to take the corner. Swings it into the centre. Benteke heads it away. Only as far as Vieto controls the ball. Esposito with a tackle, but it's won back by the number 8 who we just checked out a minute ago. He's on the ball here. He comes across, beats Redmond, finds the number 12 down the right side, blocked by George. Was that the highlight? Yes, it was the highlight. How about that? Pretty bizarre, but fair enough. So here we go then. Oh my god, like the nerves right now. You guys have absolutely no idea. I mean, seriously, I'm so glad that George and Redmond did not get suspended for this game, but I still feel so nervous, because if we lose it, it's just going to be like the worst way to end this series. Like, so much hope, so much optimism, so much belief we could possibly win it one day, you know, one day, and this is the day. And if we don't get it, I'll be so gutted, as Kennedy's shot is blocked by Marlon. Well done, and we get the ball clear, and a chance on the no, oh god, not again. Not even 20 minutes in, and already I've made myself look like an idiot a couple of times, thinking there'll be proper highlights, and there haven't been. But not a good start for us as we come towards the first half of the first half. We're still deadlocked at 0-0, and it seems we've only had one shot in the entire game, but neither side so far has created anything clear-cut. And I think that's a sign of nerves, really, in this final. And this could be what the final's about. I was hoping this would be like an action-packed game, really eventful, lots of chances, lots of clear-cut opportunities, but instead, it looks as though it's going to be a cagey, nervy, tense affair. And I guess that's to be expected, really, from two sides that haven't really, haven't won this trophy before. But still, here's a highlight here for Atletico, and sadly, all the highlights we've seen so far come to Atletico, and Vieto had a chance to make it 1-0, but puts his shot into the side net. And we've not done well in this first half at all, but maybe we can get something here. Ben's good towards Chewy here, down his right-hand side, tackled by Brogger, and I think I've jinxed it. No, I haven't, because there's Karaman winning it back as Redmond finds Pep. Long boys cut out. That's not what we want to see. Get the ball on the ground and pass the ball and keep it short, as Kennedy takes it around Marlon. A chance for Atletico here with Vieto on the ball. He takes it around Fabiano, already on an early booking. Got to watch that. Koke goes for goal, fires it wide the post. Not a good first half from Swansea. We've got to sort this out as the highlight continues here, and I'm running out of breath already. Karaman finds Sammy Boy on the halfway line. Ball towards Chewy, who could be in. Chewy towards the Italian stallion Esposito. Brandt now on the ball. He loses it. This isn't good. Vieto's on the ball for Atletico and plays it through towards Kennedy. He's through and he fires the ball wide of the post. Another chance for Atletico. We have not done well in this first half at all. And I'll be honest here, if we can weather this and get into the break still at 0-0, I'll take it, because this has been a bad first half from us. But as Pep receives the ball from Benska's challenge, we could get our first highlight here, our first chance. But again, it's a long ball. I'm trying to get them to play it short. But they're ignoring my tactics here as Kennedy's on the ball down his left-hand side. Marlon comes across, but he beats him. And still Kennedy on the ball, back towards the number 4. Does he want to cross? No, back towards number 14, Kennedy, and back towards number 4, keeping the ball between one another. Koke goes for goal and fires it way off target. So I'm glad that none of their shots so far have hit the target, but this has been a poor first half. and I feel like I need to change things at half time. This has not been a good first half at all. I think the weirdest thing about that first half was that all of the players' body language suggests that they're motivated or composed, whereas I was thinking if we're going to play that badly, I'd suggest that they'd be nervous considering the fact this is the massive occasion, the Champions League final, the game that we've all been building up to. So I think at half time, I think I've got freedom to say what I want here and not upset the team and make them more nervous. What I'm going to say is I'm not happy with the performance out there, because that should that's going to fire them up and add to their motivation, because it's a determined bunch of players. I'm glad that I built this type of squad, but I would have thought they would be quite nervous. Evidently not, and that's a good thing. So I really don't know what to do, because we've gone short of passing, but clearly we've given the ball away a few times, so it's not really working the way I want. We're on higher tempo right now, but I think what I'm going to do in the second half is try and get us to go down the wings a little bit more. That worked against Marseille, and also I've noticed that Danilo in this game is quite tired. I want Brandt really, in particular, I want us to go down that left flank. I want us to go down that flank and see if Brandt can run at Danilo, as he's quite tired. So second half to begin. I'm going to try and get us down that left-hand side a little bit. I fired the team up. Here we go. And if the second half's going to be like the first half, we could be under pressure right from the first whistle. But hopefully we'll get some chances. We're on attacking, for God's sake, and hopefully get a goal. But that's not a good start at all. And as we come towards the hour mark, it is still 0-0. No highlights in this second half whatsoever. And the pre-match analysis may end up being right. This game could go down to penalties. As things stand, it's been a poor game. But still, as Pep finds Chewy, can we get our first chance of the game? Come on, lads. Chewy on the ball. Finds Pep inside. Long ball. It's going to carry towards Brandt. No, it's not, because Danilo cuts it out and All Black clears. But there's Redmond winning it back as per usual, doing the dirty work. Esposito to Brandt. We wanted to go down the left-hand side and find Brandt, and that's what we've done. And that's how we scored as well. Get in. Julian Brandt, 66 minutes in, makes it 1-0, and that's what we wanted to see, going down that left flank and getting Brandt to run at Danilo. Okay, it didn't really work out that way, but it still worked out as a goal. Esposito gave it to Brandt inside Danilo. He took his time, and the German winger fires us in front against a run of play. Atletico 0, Swansea 1. Come on, the boys. However, there is a highlight directly after kickoff, and whenever these sort of things happen, usually, for me at least, the opposition get themselves back in the game or get an equalising goal or whatever, but instead, Leno catches that shot, and it's okay. 1-0, let's make some changes. Oh, no, not going to make changes yet, because we've got another highlight here, and Fabiano finds Brandt again down his left-hand side. That's what we want to see. Chewy, yes! Chewy scores. Atletico 0, Swansea 2. The tactical changes have worked. We've gone down that left flank, and we scored 2 goals from it. First, Brandt getting the goal and then setting one up. What a fantastic signing this guy's been on 3 separate occasions. The first one, then the loan signing, and then to bring him back permanently. Brandt and Chewy, the Germans doing it. It's 2-0 Swansea. Surely we can't throw this away now. We have got just over 5 minutes to go, and we still lead by 2 goals. And unless we throw away those 2 in these final 5 minutes, we are going to celebrate our first ever Champions League in the final episode of the series. Chewy scores our second goal on the ball, finds Sam Redmond. Great ball out wide towards Mahrez, off the bench here. Mahrez on the ball, back towards Karaman. Karaman in towards Sigurdsson, also off the bench. He finds Chewy, round his man, possibly to make it 3. How about this for the end of the series? To be done in style. 4 shots, 4 on target, and 3 have found the back of the net. Chewy's got a brace, and it's 3 for the Swans. And how about this to end the series? I am just delighted. I mean, we had such an atrocious first half, but in the second half, I fired the boys up at half time. I made the changes, and they have worked. So the final sub, I think we're going to bring on Barbosa. I don't know who to take off though, really, to be honest. I don't really want to take off the Italian Stallion, or Chewy's on a hat-trick now, or Redmond, or anyone like that, but I think I'll take off Brandt, who obviously got the first goal and set up the second. And I mean, there's no real need to change the tactics now, obviously, but we're just going to do it just to get Barbosa on the pitch. And have I paused the game? When did I pause the game? But anyway, as Griezmann fires over, we're 3 goals up, and that is going to do it. Atletico Madrid 0, Swansea 3, and Swansea are Champions League winners. How about that? We've done it. We are the winners of the Champions League. We We reached a final for the first ever time, and we delivered a trophy as well. Passionately gonna tell the boys, enjoy those moments, you deserve it. Everyone's delighted, they've gained confidence, they're motivated. I'm so glad I built a determined squad of players as well, because they react well to assertive criticism, and I am absolutely delighted. We've done it. The Champions League is won. Esposito didn't score in the final, but was top scorer in the competition. Chewy bagged 6 in the competition as well. I think all of his goals came in the knockout stages, I reckon, as well, including 2 here too. So I am just delighted. The Champions League has been won, and to do it by 3 goals to 0. I gotta say, just real briefly, we didn't deserve to win this game by 3 goals to 0. Not at all. We were terrible for the most part. It was only the second half when we started playing properly, but I am just delighted. We defended well in that game as well, only allowing Atletico 1 shot on target, and a quadruple. This series, the most amount of trophies won in one season ever for Swansea. The Champions League, the Capital One Cup, the Community Shield, and the Premier League as well. And do you know what I really hope? Do you know what I'm going to do? I was going to say I'll do a press conference. I can't be bothered. Do you know what I really hope? I really hope that means that we have gone ahead and I have cemented my place as a Swansea legend. I mean, let's just go find out. Yes, I've done it. That's just as good as winning the Champions League for me. I've made it as a legend of the club. Oh, what a fantastic way to end this series. I'm a Swansea legend. I'm a Swansea legend. I've delivered them so much silverware, and now the grand prize. I'm up there with Gylfi and Rodrigo Bentancur as well. Oh, that feels so good. And Brandt's on the favourite personnel list as well. I don't know if he was pre-game or not, I can't remember, but maybe his performance in the Champions League final, that's what did it for him. But I'm a Swansea City legend. Oh, that feels so good. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, I'm not like, I don't know how to feel, but the series is over. I'm so delighted, of course, but it's just, it's an incredible way to, why can't I, this isn't right. Why am I only allowed to go down here? What's going on? What? Why have I'm missing like half my fixtures. I just wanted to go to the fixtures to see, like, hang on. Was I going the wrong way? I think I was going the wrong way. Whoops. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show you the fixtures anyway, just before we end, before we get to the next part of this video. Oh my god, like we had that 1 defeat after such a long unbeaten run, and you know, for this season as well, we played so well, but for parts of it we did struggle, but to have come through and won the Champions League, I mean, I'm just absolutely delighted. I really am, because I mean, seriously, I knew that we could possibly win it one day, but this season, to have done it in our final season, and when you think as well, our first Champions League group game was this humiliating 5-1 defeat. I think I even said at the end of that game that you know, we're sort of not good enough to win the Champions League or something like that. How wrong I was. We end up going all the way and winning it, and I am just absolutely delighted. And do you know what? I literally cannot even remember what I plan to do come the end of the episode, win or lose. I needed to show you some stuff, but I forgot what it was, so I'll have to go back through my notes to quickly find out what I want to show you. Okay, so one thing I did want to show you was the competitions overview and how we got on this season in all of our competitions. Obviously, the FA Cup was the only disappointing trophy for us this season, getting knocked out in the 5th round. Other than that, though, everything was fantastic. Securing the title, our 3rd in 3 years as well. 3 titles in a row, absolutely fantastic achievement. To not win the FA Cup, yes, a bit disappointing, but to have won the Capital One Cup, the first time ever in this series, pretty pleased with that. To have won a Community Shield, again, not too important, but still nice to get it anyway. But of course, the big one, to have won the Champions League, just delighted with that. And as we end the episode, and of course the series now as well, I do want to show you a couple of things too, sort of some behind the scenes stuff, like our finances, for example, where we are right now, how things are looking. Also, of course, the club, I've already showed you it, but I'll show you it again. The general section with the legends, the icons, the favourite personnel, getting into that legends category. I mean, that honestly, like, that is like, I'm just delighted about that. I really am. That's so cool. And the facilities, and sort of basically just how the club's currently looking right now. See, the capacity of the stage has gone up to 34.5k. That's going to improve as well come the end of the season too. And there was a couple of other things as well that I want to show you as well, such as the squad, go through the players and whatnot. How our academy currently looks right now. Of course, there's only really 2 good players in there, Peter Jones and of course Antonio Lopez as well, who continue to develop. And I guess the reason I want to show you this sort of stuff is because I will be uploading a save for you guys 2, which will have a link in the description, which is downloadable, and you guys can go ahead and play this save as well as me if you want, or take over yourself, or try and challenge me, and you can see what type of squad Swansea will be left with after this series does indeed come to its end. And the staff set up as well. As you can see, we've got the best coaching staff and medical staff in the competition, in the league, I should say. That's awesome too. And I think that was pretty much it to go along with the squad as well. So I can't believe it. I'm just so delighted, man. I really am, to have won the Champions League. I mean, again, I always knew it was possible. I always knew we could do it. But okay, no one laugh at that, please. I always knew it was possible, but I didn't know. I really didn't know in season 8, and again to have lost the first group stage game and then say that we're not good enough. Well, how wrong was I, man? Seriously. So to end it, as you can see, I'm going to show you the stats of the players as well, the attributes and whatnot. Alan would be getting let go at the end of his contract, by the way, if I was to continue. Benska's development over the years has been absolutely incredible. He's a Swansea legend, of course, and of course he's still only 25 years old as well. Soon to be 26, but he's still got many more years left of him at the top flight as well. Julian Brandt, of course, what a fantastic performance at the end of it, and Brandt's career as well. I mean, seriously, when we bought him from Leverkusen, sold him all those years ago for that huge hefty profit, brought him back on loan and then on a permanent deal as well. This guy has always been consistently one of our best ever players, and that Champions League final showed why he's been so indispensable to Swansea, man. Seriously. Chambers, Chewy, of course, what a debut year for Chewy, winning the Champions League, the Premier League as well, and doing it on a big occasion as well. I mean, seriously, this guy, when I bought him from Wolfsburg, I was thinking £30 million. I'll take him as a backup striker. What a signing. Seriously, this guy's got a great goal to game ratio. Long may it continue. Davies there, the Italian stallion, Gianluca Esposito. What a signing. I said this was like my biggest ever gamble when I bought him for £30 million all those seasons ago. I threw him in the first team. I had belief in him. An extraordinary goal to game ratio. What a signing. One of my best ever. And I mean, I'm so glad I ended up splashing the cash on this guy. What a fantastic, phenomenal striker, and what a great signing he proved to be. Fabiano as well, obviously still so young in his career, only 23 years old, turned 23 last month, but of course still got so much to offer this club. He came for £17.5 million last season. He's the future at the back line for us. Gabriel Barbosa, against a big signing many years ago. Obviously the key injury this season, such a shame, but still a prolific goal scorer. Gomez, Hernandez, bad signing. George, obviously George spent quite a few years here. I think he's an icon at Swansea, which is kind of interesting, but still a decent left back nonetheless. Leno, of course, replacing Horn. Mahrez, a very good signing actually, I must say. Riyad Mahrez, now 32 years old. Marlon, of course, the skipper, that would have lifted so many trophies for us. What a great signing. He was for £15 million, quietly comfortable, and a solid centre back for us, and a really good signing. Karaman, of course, what a buy, without question, one of my best ever. Excuse me. I bought him from AZ Alkmaar for £6 million, then went to £10 million. The guy's worth more than double that, and he's only turned 21 this year as well. This guy's the best right back in the league at just 21 years old, and I mean, he is just unbelievable. What a signing this guy's proved to be, and he's only had 3 full seasons here as well. He's just grown and grown and grown, and he continues to grow, and it's been an unbelievable signing. You know, make no mistake, what a fantastic buy for us. Pep, of course, what a great player. I always felt like Pep, despite signing him, like at times was a little bit underwhelming for what we bought him for. But for £7.5 million, certainly not going to say no to that. Love that ginger mohawk and a key player in our side. Pereira, Pickford, and of course Sam Redmond, one of my all-time favourite FM players, I think. And he's still only 24 years old. £31 million valuation now. Vice captain of the Swansea side. And you know what I want to say to you guys as well, just real briefly with Sam Redmond. For those of you that do go ahead and download this save and do decide to play this save, throughout this entire save I haven't edited a single thing or messed with the narrative of the story, but what I would like to say is that if you guys play this save, could you please do me a favour? Could you please edit Sam Redmond as a Swansea City icon at the very least? Someone please explain to me how Sam Redmond has never been an icon as a Swansea City player. Explain that to me. What's he doing wrong? He's vice captain, he's a leading player for Premier League clubs. I've thrown him into the first team at such a young age. He came through the Swansea Academy. How is this guy not even a favoured personnel, for God's sake? What is going on? I mean, seriously, he's a wonder kid. He's my boy. I love Sam Redmond, but yeah, if you do play this save, just please sneakily edit him as an icon at the very least. I want to see that for my sake, seriously. Rakik Sigurdsson, obviously Gildal Gylfi Sigurdsson, Swansea City legend. He was here when I came in, and one of the original Swansea players who survived a mass exodus. And I think, do you know what? I might have to check, but I think he may have been the only Swansea player that's been here since I came in. Of course, Allen and Davies have got brought back, but I'm not sure. Sigurdsson might have been. Sisto, what a great buy he was. He had a couple of great years. Since then, fell off the board a little bit, but still a fantastic signing for us. Gerard Tran, his first year, very decent indeed. And that is that. So that's it. It's all over. I can't believe it. Swansea City are Champions League winners. We've done what we set out to do. We've won the Champions League. I'm a Swansea City legend, and it's all over. We're Champions League winners, and the aim of the series has been completed. I can't believe it. And that winning today's episode and the final episode in my Football Manager series as well, guys. So a massive thank you for watching this series. I really hope you have enjoyed it. It has been the longest FM series I've ran on YouTube, the third and also the longest one I've ran, and without question, my favourite one. I've had so much fun producing these episodes, and I've got to say as well, I've played FM for such a long period of time, even pre-YouTube as well. It's always been one of my favourite games. I've loved it so much. I've had some incredible personal saves for me, like a Manchester United save I ran and a Millwall save as well, and also one as well, Sheffield Wednesday. Just some really nice sort of like nostalgic saves that I've really enjoyed. But this has got to go down as being one of my favourite FM saves ever, and I think a big reason as to why that is because I was able to share it with you guys and show you what have been going on in my saves, and to try and get you guys involved as well and interested. And you guys obviously came up with some nicknames too, and I just had a lot of fun with this series, and sharing it with you as well has made it even more enjoyable for me as well. So I want to say from me to you, a massive thank you for watching this series. I really do hope you have enjoyed it. Now going forward, a lot of you guys have been asking me, will I do an FM17 series? I definitely will consider it, and I probably will do one at some point, but I probably won't start until later on in the year in 2017, around spring to summertime, like when this series started as well. I think it's best to do these series when my FIFA content begins to get a little bit stale for the year, just to freshen things up really and try a different game. So I won't start it straight away, but at some point I probably will do another save in FM17. And for this save as well, I touched on it briefly as well a moment ago. I will be uploading this save to a file hosting site as well. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below, so you guys can download this save if you'd like to play it. Maybe take my job, take over as Swansea manager, take over what I've done, or possibly try and rival me as Swansea manager, possibly add yourself into the game managing another Premier League club, or just another club in general, maybe the Atletico Madrid manager possibly, and trying to rival what I've built with Swansea so far. The choice is yours, but I'll leave the save for you anyway, and you guys can play at will. But again, I would ask, could you please make Sam Redmond at least an icon in the Swansea save and edit the file, because why is he not even a favoured personnel? That's the one problem, it's the one gripe I've had with his save, that Sam Redmond just cannot even become a favoured personnel. I don't get it, but either way, again, just a huge thank you from me to you for all the support in the series, guys. I really do appreciate it. Much love to each and every one of you. I'm so delighted we were able to come through and win the Champions League final to end the series. Thank you so much for watching. Much love to each and every one of you. Have a fantastic Sunday, and I'll see you for another video on my channel very soon.